Oh! 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 Hey everybody, welcome back. It's me, Rosalie. Welcome to the Ultimate World Music Reaction Channel, exploring an artist technically from Canada, but I think America claims him now, Tom MacDonald. I've listened to a couple of his songs so far and really loved it. One of the things I really appreciate about him is that he doesn't shy away from just saying it all and just being blunt and real. And I want to check out a song that he put out a while back, actually, called Fake Woke. You guys have been making suggestions all across the board, different songs I should check out. I know he released a new album recently, and I want to check that out as well. But I want to go back a little bit and just get a better idea for what he stands for, what he does, who he is. But as always, like, share, subscribe, and let's dive in this together. I'm glad that you stopped by. Here we go. Okay. Now let's see.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up.
Okay. Okay. I don't even want to comment right now because I feel like that's all just self-explanatory. Dude came in strong. I'm like torn now. I'm like, do I comment? There's nothing to say. I mean, there's nothing to say. There's nothing where I'm like, we got to talk about this. We'll talk about it in the end, but I really want to see where he goes and takes this. Because he just came in like with the grenade. And I'm like, okay, where are you going to take it from here? But there's nothing to say where it's like, I can't believe he just said that. What? That's so wrong, so false. No lies detected. Where's the lie?
Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
I'll go back a little bit. Let's keep going.
Exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public.
Yo, okay, no, I do have to say something because I'm gonna forget this. I am already getting this feel for he is going to call it all out, but not just on one side. He's talking about it's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. So calling it out, how easy it is to get a gun, how easy it is for people to have access to that. Not talking now, oh, everybody should have guns, raw America, right? As if there should be no regulations, but calling out the irony, the tragedy, the paradox of saying, oh, it's going to be so hard for people to get a job, right? Unemployment rate so high, but it's easy to purchase a weapon we can hurt other people with. But then he's calling out people that say all kinds of things, and now suddenly, you know, you have to be worried for your life if you support Trump. So I'm really getting this vibe of he's not just saying, oh, you know, calling out what a lot of the extreme leftists speak for and promote, but he's also calling out the other side. And I dig that a lot. I'm all about we got to create that balance because there's valid points on all sides. Okay. Oh, and then that part about you probably like it because you're allowed to, basically saying you have the freedom to hate it, right? There's places where you don't get to speak up. You don't get to speak up. Have y'all seen that thing on the reel? Speak up.
When I hop about to cut, I promise I'm gonna speak up.
You have the right to speak up versus other countries where if you say something, if you question the regime, you question the government, you're done for. Dude is spitting truth from the get-go. Man, I have to keep going back. Don't be mad, y'all. Going back.
It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy.
Yep.
Everything we say is homophobic or racist.
Yep.
You're white and you're privileged, guilty by association.
Ooh,
All our
snap.
childhood heroes got me. Shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Labeled everything we say is homophobic or racist.
Yep.
You're white and you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got me too, they're rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens, we think we free cause we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. From people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame. They so fake woke. Fans don't care about
Hey. Yup. Dude. Yo, okay. I have heard snippets of this. And I love it. I love, ooh, this is good. I like that melody. That hook in the chorus is brilliant. Dun 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 dun. La 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 da 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 dum dum dum. Like, it's catchy, right? It's that kind of melody that gets stuck in your head, and that's good. That makes for a good hook, just from a songwriter perspective. But I also like how he's singing. So his rap's really cool, but he has a cool rasp to him. And I noticed when he sings, which I also noticed in Fighter, I feel like he layers his vocals in a way that I like. In a way that it's like, his singing voice, then it's like, I don't know if he sings like it layers it with singing all of it an octave lower. I would have to like listen carefully to hear it out, but it's layered and it gives it that rasp, it gives it these undertones and lower notes, right? Which adds the bass. It adds that rock vibe to it. Even though he's rapping, he really gives off a little bit of that rocker, heavy metal, bad to the bone type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Not just because of the tattoos and the piercings and whatever, but just even the vocally, and then just saying the truth. Like, he's not shying away from saying anything. Sheesh. Yeah, that scream. Hold on, let me go back.
All these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home.
See, oh my gosh, this is like this is a steak. I've said this in a couple of other videos. Other artists and music where you listen to this and this is like a musical steak. This is not, fast food. You gotta chop it up and eat it bit by bit because it's so good and so many things we could talk about. That's why I usually like to just listen and react and then talk and comment after, but I think I'm gonna forget stuff. I need to go back again. This is ridiculously good. He cannot be accused of being some extreme rightist, raw America, He also can be accused of being some hardcore leftist that's on that extreme, calling out people that, want to protect themselves or believe in the amendments. He's saying the truth. That is true, right? People so quick to say, oh, this is this and this is that, and labeling and calling names. I feel like people that say that have not really listened to his lyrics. This is dope. We need this more than ever. Let's go. I like his energy, man.
All these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate.
Yes.
Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first.
Oh, order food and call the cops and see what reaches you first. Thank you. Let's just talk facts for a second. He is calling it out, the right and the left and everybody on these extremes. Let's be real for a second. Your emotions will lie to you. It doesn't mean our feelings are not valid, but feelings are not facts. And he's even talking about that. And it's true. We can argue all day. Let's look at the facts. Do we really not want, on one hand, I'm going to do both, right? To have police force. Are we really saying, oh, they already have enough support? Do we already have enough resources in that department? Call the cops and order some food and see which one's going to reach you first. When you're in a real emergency, you don't want that pizza to get there first. You want the cops to get there first. However, the other extreme is, in my opinion, now this is my opinion, solely just relying on the government and the police to protect you. Okay? It's both and, not either or. This mindset of defund the police, we don't need them, good luck. But the other extreme is going, oh yeah, the police will save us all. And there's no right for, our own protection. You know what I mean? It's like this idea of, yeah, let's just trust the government to protect us. I love this dude. He's calling it out. What he said about people having daughters and then listening to rappers that are calling women hoes. I mean, it's true. It's true. It's this. He's just calling out the hypocrisy, left and right. That was not really left and right. That was more like all over the place. This is epic. I absolutely love this.
It's in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police. Y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already. They're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops. See what reaches you first.
Yep.
Segregation ended. That's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves.
Oh, yes. Yes to the yes. Oh, I'm trying to like hold the Cuban back. Yes to it all. Good night, good luck, and Merry Christmas to all. To me, there's not one thing where I'm going, I don't agree with that. There's nothing here where I'm like, I don't agree with this. This is not, legit. He missed this. I don't agree. He's calling it out. And I like that he's relevant. I like that this is young dude, has his tattoos, his piercings. He's got his own style. He knows who he is. I'm proud of this kid, man. I am so proud of him. And what's dope is I saw a story of his the other day when he was promoting his new album, and I need to check that out as soon as possible. There was a story, a short, or actually it was a YouTube video, I think, where he was talking about what it took to create the album. And now I have no idea what's on the album, what it's like, but he was talking about, other than Fighter, but he was talking about how he got to a point where he almost gave up because he doesn't know if he's ever going to do this again, releasing 2 albums, because he released a double. And he still puts them out on CD, which is so awesome. He does his own thing. He's not owned by any label company. And he's just, fighting hard, him and his girl, to do this versus depending on a label company, selling yourself to the music industry, being at their mercy of what they tell you to do and what to say, right? Because he would have been canceled by who knows how many if he would have been owned by anybody. But this platform, that's why we got to support him, gives him the freedom to still be true to himself and speak truth, which, again, we need more than ever. And I respect that. But in his video, real quick, he was talking about how hard it was, how much it took of him personally, and he would call certain friends and confidants, people, family members, friends, because he just got to a point where he was so burned out. And I believe that. Like, it's rough. It is rough to put yourself out there, put music out there, keep fighting, keep creating quality content under the lens of the world, under pressure. Are you going to be able to do it again, right? This video was big. This song went viral. Can I keep doing it? And can I keep being true to myself? Will people keep receiving the message, right? Will this prophet? He just spoke how, it really took a lot from him. And I'm so proud of this kid, man. All that to say, I'm proud of him that he keeps doing this, that he keeps putting it out, and I hope he does not stop because the world needs this. Let's keep going.
Ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves.
Yep, we do. It's distraction. Facts don't care about feelings. I like that transition. And wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. The truth doesn't damage point of views that are legitimate. That's the mic drop moment right there. I mean, he keeps having him. It's like he's just throwing mics. It's not just like one mic drop moment. It's just like nonstop. He might as well just start hurling them at us. But that's brilliant. Even the way that he is saying all this, still rhyming, still bringing in the cadences, still bringing on all these different literary art forms. It's just epic. Epic, epic, epic. Well done, well written. And we're not even done yet. But that was brilliant because that's true. When something is true, you don't have to be afraid of it because it's not going to damage your point of view. And if it does contradict you, then that's a good thing. Like I was watching an episode real quick. I'll keep going. Where it was talking about sometimes people, let's say, for example, you have an argument and it can't be rebutted, right? Like somebody's asking you a question, giving you an argument, and you don't have a good comeback at the time. Sometimes people will almost get so excited because it's not so much about solving the problems, it's about being right, wanting to say there is a problem because we're so identified with it. Our identity is so tied into phobias and isms, right? Because we're not really focused on solving it. I relate so much to the issues, to maybe that role as a victim or these, whatever we name them, right? Isms and phobias. It's like, we're going to be excited when somebody can't prove us wrong. It's like, haha, see, I was right. Why is that something to be rejoiced over? If there really is racism at hand, if there really is a phobia at hand, this is not something to be excited about. We've got to solve this now. So when truth is true, it's not going to damage our point of view. And if it does affect our point of view, then that's a good thing. Then we can be like, okay, I was wrong. Let me grow. I love this.
Facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How we let them make praying a microaggression. Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. That is one of the stupidest things I've heard anyways. Amen has nothing to do with men. This is where people get so dumb that they're not even willing to, go get a dictionary. What's racism really mean? What does phobia actually mean? Or where people get so stupid that, everything becomes a gender thing, microaggression. Amen is literally nothing to do with men. Go look up what the word means. Like, language does matter. We live in this day and age where some people act like, no, it doesn't really matter. We can be all things and we can just change it all. How on earth are we going to teach the English language then? How on earth are you going to teach literary art? How on earth are we going to explain what the difference between a plant and a donkey is if everything goes and nothing matters? It's like, that's a whole nother level of stupid. This has nothing to do with men. This is not about men or women. Get your issues out of that. You know what I mean? Like, look up, use dictionaries. Language matters. Look up meaning of stuff. Etymology. Hakuna Matata. So people are crazy in the head. Anyways, I love this, if you can't tell. And again, he's not just doing it one side. It's not one dude on one extreme of a political spectrum attacking the other. He's calling everybody and their mama out. And I like it.
Amen to amen and women. How we let them make praying a microaggression. Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. Just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
Hold on.
Fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys.
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. Just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
That was brilliant. That part I've heard before, that snippet. That's so true, though. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and doesn't die. But then he's like, I'm kidding, which I appreciate. It's okay to be humorous, right? He's bringing in all these different literary forms of art as he's rapping, which is brilliant. Saying so many good things. I keep knocking the plant. Saying so many good things, all while rhyming and rapping and bringing in these forms of art, then throwing in a little bit of humor and be like, I'm kidding, because he's not trying to diss women. He's not trying to make us, feel bad or make it sound like women, he can't trust them because, they bleed for a week and don't die. So he's thrown in that humor, but, he's kidding about that, but everything else is right. And that is true. Everything else is 100% true, because even that topic is a hot topic, right? It's one thing, I've said this in another video, to lift women up and encourage them and shine light on the beauty that is womanhood. But then there's also a thing called toxic femininity, where we're doing it for the wrong reasons, or we're doing it in the wrong way. We don't destroy other people to lift other people up, okay? If I think that for me to feel better about myself, I got to put you down, and that's going to build my confidence, is fake confidence, fake woke. It's not true. It's pride. Even if I seem confident, it's actually arrogance, because I've built my identity, my confidence on your destruction. That doesn't even make sense. Anyways, so just one good thing after the other. I agree with all of it.
To be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys.
Yep.
I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. Just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
That's so good.
Fake soul, fake woke, facts don't care about feelings, they know.
I like that part.
Tell me what to believe in. Fake soul, fake woke, same old, safe souls. Fake soul, fake woke, facts don't care about your feelings.
Hey, video by Nova Rockefeller. Go Nova. She's so good with these videos, man. This is my third Tom MacDonald video, and I've seen snippets of this. I've heard snippets of this, and it's just epic. Fake woke. This is nuts. This is just epic. He's good, man. He is good. Honestly, no lies detected. Where's the lie, though? No lies. And again, I love how he's rapping while rhyming, while going with the rhythm, adding that rasp, those layers, even in the chorus that add a little bit of that rocker heavy metal vibe to me. Obviously complements his persona and, you know, the way he looks a lot, which is awesome. I love the melody of the chorus. Like I said before, it's really catchy, makes for a good hook, but also the way that the rhythm changes. Dun 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 da 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 dun dun, right? And then da 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 da. Like, it's just cool. Does that switch? I said a lot in between, y'all. I hope y'all don't mind I was pausing, but this is just epic. There's not much to say. There's no lies detected here. Spitting the truth, calling it all out. He cannot be accused of being like on one side of the spectrum. Not from what I've seen so far. And I think it's a powerful reminder because, kind of like he said, right, censoring that information in the name of protection is a lie, because facts are not going to destroy your point of view if it's true. And I think we need that. We need freedom of speech. And sure, that's a tricky topic, right? Especially when it's a public platform. If people are encouraging others to violent acts or, trying to fuel a mob to go and commit, crime towards a people group or another, yeah, there has to be some type of level of accountability. And that's the problem with social media nowadays, because the new currency no longer seems to be oil, but it's views, right? You can get rich off of attention, right? If the more viewers you have, the more subscribers you have, that's the new currency. That's the gold you want to tap into in our day and age in social media. And the problem with that is that social media, freedom of speech is so crucial, in my opinion, in order to avoid censorship and this fake wokeness and the government and certain small groups of people being able to control the masses, right? What we think, what we eat. That's just a recipe for disaster. Just look at other countries where people are persecuted, killed, thrown in jail for questioning the government, where you lose freedom of religion, freedom of speech. Forget about women's rights. Forget about religious rights, right? It's just a mess. And that's a benefit we have in America. And that's why I understand where people are fighting for it, because that does make America stand out from several other countries, a level of freedom that many people come here for that very reason. And that's something that needs to be fought for, to preserve. Because if you just, sit and wait for, something to happen, you're going to lose your freedom, right? If you just sit there and, say, I'm just going to trust that the government's going to make the right decision. Obviously, that's not the case. You've got to fight for what you want. You got to stand up and speak up. But of course, there needs to be accountability. And the problem with social media is that because people will applaud the weirdest and the craziest of things, the accountability is missed. If we, instead of dividing against each other, like he said, right, allowing ourselves to be put in this box and everything's black and white, and we've got to be mature enough and self-aware enough to be those people that are accountable. If someone, I don't care how famous they are, abuses their freedom of speech and starts slandering hate and violence, you know how we can stop that person? Not by censoring everybody, not by taking away freedom of speech and having a small group of people decide what we get to say and what we don't. Instead, we got to take away the views, take away the attention. It's as simple as that. If people stopped watching the crap, if people stopped supporting, applauding, encouraging people that abuse their freedom of speech, there would be nobody to listen to. They can speak all they want. They can speak all they want. Nobody's going to support and like it. Anyways, guys, I think this was epic. What did y'all think? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Go check out Tom. Support his music. I'll put the link to the video in the description. And I'll hope to see you on the next ride. Thank you for stopping by. This was Rosalie. Heyo!